Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. All right, Wednesday evening, a topic that I want to comb through, and I'm kind of passionate about this one here, even though I have no kids, no biological kids. Let me just say off the rip, I'm in support of kids having phones in school. Now, the title, New York City plans cell phone ban in all public schools. I'm not sure about private schools, but the Chancellor made the announcement today, and they're going to follow behind California, which has also initiated a ban on cell phones. I want to see what's going on in the schools. I don't trust the teachers. I'm somewhere else now. A decade ago, maybe 20 years ago, I would have felt different. I don't trust the teachers now. I don't want my 6-year-old being given a lap dance by some type of transgender on some type of goddamn, just everybody a hug, some weird stuff. Too many female teachers we have seen violating young men sexually. I just don't trust the teachers anymore. So I want to see what's going on. I'm willing to gamble with regards to my child being addicted to phones. Aren't we all? Don't we all wake up and check the messages before we brush our teeth? Don't we all wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, check DMs and all sorts of shit? We're all zombies. We're all slaves to the goddamn phones. I don't like it. I don't like any type of, taking the phone away from the kids. It's just a different day and time. I think that they should implement some type of more interactive, if you will, some way that bring in sponsors, something with somehow the teachers can have access to the parents. Good evening, troll babies. Do they still have, PTA meetings? A lot of people still don't go, This way you can have some type of viral meeting right after class. And if the parent doesn't make him or herself available, then the kid gets a poor grade. Not a failing grade, but a poor grade. I don't like the ban. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, that's my main topic this evening. Also, why do men need man caves? Man caves. I was doing some research earlier, and I want to talk about this. It's a fad now of sorts. If you're in your 60s, you should not have a man cave. If you're in your 50s, you should not have a man cave. If you're in your 40s, you may or may not have one because it's, I guess, the cool thing to do. But I want to ask, and I want to get a good exchange going here. This is all based upon someone who I spoke to earlier, an old associate. And I said to him, hey, man, do you mind if I bring this particular discussion to my show tonight? I won't mention your name. A guy who's maybe 6 years younger than me from the New York tri-state area. He used to be fly and jiggy. He used to drive Saabs and what are those other cars? Volvos. He wasn't into Benzes and Beamers, and he's now close to 350 pounds, all sorts of clogged arteries. He was gasping for air when he and I were on the phone earlier. Haven't seen the nigga in about a decade, but we exchanged pleasantries, pardon me. And I said, damn, man, are you okay? Now, the reason I'm asking the showrunner title, why do men need man caves? He said to me he was going down in the man cave to finish our conversation, because he didn't want his wife listening. I said to myself, why do you have a man cave? As the conversation continued, come to find out he's got one foot in the grave, respectfully. So I want to add some things to this discussion about, men being the best chefs on the planet. That's a fact. You can Google it. His wife has been cooking for him. They've been married for close to 30 years. He's really in bad shape. And again, I asked him, could I bring this to the show tonight? He said, yeah, but Don't mention his or her name. He's in bad shape. And I said to him, I said, well, hey, man, do you ever cook? He said no. And then I, said to him, I guess maybe he never knew, that men are the best chefs. Now, that's not just me saying this, just to sound cool. You can check the culinary stats, enrollment, and all sorts of things. It's getting different now. More females, not a big percentage, are getting into culinary training in schools. And why is culinary training so important? Well, it has to do with not just how you prepare the food, but how you store the food. If you don't know how to store food after you cook the food, the food can then have certain amounts of bacteria. Most of your farm-raised seafood has all sorts of growth hormones in it, aside from the poultry and the chicken, which has Poslac and other growth hormones. Most females today, what would you say the percentage of females today who are microwave queens? Would it be fair to say 60% or more? Good evening, troll babies. 60% or more females who are microwave queens. Now, this is a very layered conversation here. But my associate, he's almost out of here. He sounds horrible. And we were talking. I said, damn, homie, you should try cooking for yourself. I know you love her. She loves you, but she's probably cooking with a lot of pork and grease. And, he's what do you call the sugar? They're probably going to have to amputate 2 of his toes. Damn. The person who cooks for you has to have an understanding of how to cook by way of today's standards. A microwave queen is just going to throw shit in the goddamn processed food in the microwave, and you're going to eat that, and it's going to cause all sorts of mutations in your body. Anyway, so he went down to the man cave to talk to me. The man cave. When did the man cave become a thing? And let me just say this. The reason why I say if you're in your 50s or 60s, you should not have a man cave. We came up under the generation, correct me if I'm wrong, where a man's house is his castle. How did you let yourself get forced into one room or some type of area where you put your stuff over there, but meanwhile, you're paying the majority of the goddamn rent or mortgage? Oh, does she pay the bills? Did you fall for that trap? That's a trap. Why do men need man caves? Now, a little research that I did earlier with regards to this whole man cave thing. And again, I'm not mad at you guys if you have a man cave, but ask yourself, how did it come to that? By way of propaganda, we live in the land of capitalism and propaganda. It would look like going back to one of these television sitcoms that I never watched, Married with Children. Al Bundy, his garage was his only sanctuary. Did you guys watch Married with Children? Tim Taylor's garage, Bada Bing Room by way of The Sopranos, Doug's garage, and Charles Deet's den, going back to the 1988 movie. Well, I can tell you that once upon a time, a man didn't need a goddamn man cave. People had an understanding of boundaries, parameters in the home. Also, going back to, propaganda. This whole idea that women are who this is a woman's duty to cook. That's false. That's false. Going back to your earlier television in the 60s, to give the homemakers something to do, they put aprons on them. So the illusion was created that they were, the ones who would do the cooking. Such is not the case. Any African Americans in that live chat, or FBA, whatever you claim to be, if you had uncles, grandfathers, great-great-grandfathers, or anybody, going back decades, centuries, if you will, and they were in the military, they were the cooks. They travel the world. They serve not only the food to the other soldiers and officers, but they prepare the food. Black men have been cooking, if we're talking about black men cooking, all right? Okay, this is my show this evening. You guys can call in if you like about other topics. White Boy Rory wanted to call in and go back about the discussion we had the other day. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I told him he could call in, all right? Anybody want to talk about some type of Assassin's Creed Shadows? Why are people upset about an African, what is this here? Samurai. I don't know. I'm not into games, but phone lines are open right now, okay? Maurice, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in, okay? I'll get your banner on the screen shortly. He says New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, clawfoot tub restoration specialist. Thank you, sir. Okay, all right. Let me get one call lined up here. Area code 347. Good evening. Sit tight, sit tight. Okay. Also, hey, Penelope, thank you for tapping in early. Oh, she say yes. My husband has a man cave and he pays 100% of the mortgage. Okay. I guess she's got him in check. Okay. Area code 347. Good evening. New York City public schools banning cell phones. Are you up to speed? 347.
Yeah, I think they should ban them. They should ban them because those kids, it started out as the emergency situation while the kids in school, but them kids ain't doing nothing but cutting up on them phones while they in class. That's all they do. Sending messages, social media, TikTok, and so forth. These kids are not learning anything in school. They're using the phone to answer tests, answer schoolwork, so forth, so forth, so forth. It's creating more problems than it is helping, but I think they should. Now, as that topic about the
well, hang on a second. Are you a father? Or are you from the New York tri-state area? That's 347. I would assume so.
Yeah. Yeah, I called in a couple of times before. Okay. I'm from Franklin Avenue. Shop Franklin.
Okay.
Avenue. But
FA.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. What's cracking, man?
Yeah. Can't complain, as you say, right?
Yeah.
So now with that whole man cave thing, remember the era. I'm 47.
Okay.
Remember the 50s and the 60s, the 70s, when the father got aggravated? His famous thing was, "I'll be back. I'm going for a walk." Or he'll go down to the local bar, the local juke joint, and come back 11, 12 o'clock without his paycheck. See, that man cave.
Not everybody's father, but go ahead. Not everybody's father.
Well, no, not everybody. The ones that fit that criteria. You know the ones that fit that, right?
Okay.
So, listen, that man cave is a cop-out.
Right.
It's a cop-out. You know what? Now he got no excuse to say he needs to go anywhere. And you know why he settles for it? Because now he has a place in the house with the noisy kids, the nagging wife. Or this is his, this is his. So it's a cop-out. That's what it is. Okay, I'll let you have this little space. As you said, now you've been reduced to a room, to a corner. Now you have no excuse to say, "Hey, I need some fresh air." Well, go on down in that room. There's an AC down there. There's a mini fridge. And hey, you can have your friends come over. Now I don't have to worry about you going to hang out with Billy and Johnny. And they can come here. I can watch all you niggas.
Right.
Yeah.
She's now the shot caller. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a cop out. Now I've got a good friend. Now he took the whole basement over because he works different hours from his wife, Puerto Rican guy. So I mean I can respect that, but the whole basement is his. It's not like he's been reduced to a corner. But good. You were saying?
Right, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a space. Now you have no reason to leave this house.
Right.
You can stay here, right here. There you go. You have your space. But see, after 6 months of having that, the kids are knocking on the door. They want to come down there, see what you're doing, and so forth. And then now it's going to result in her saying, "Hey, listen, you got to come out of there. I need help with these kids. I need help with this. So is it really for your benefit, or is it just to say, hey, he doesn't have to leave the house. He has his own space?
If I can jump in for a second, I don't think the kids coming into a room where the father is a bad thing. I used to go into the room when my father was cleaning his guns. He had gun magazines. You know, he may have been in the den or in the basement or something like that. He never told me, I'm busy, go into another room.
Right.
It's weird now, but maybe I'm old.
Well, I say that. I say that because it's the illusion of making him think he has his own split space and can't be disturbed.
Right.
That may work, and the wife may help it work for the beginning, but eventually everybody's intruding. I'm sure sometimes he comes home and somebody's down there, whether the wife, the kids, watching TV.
Yeah, going through his shit.
So you know, I mean, listen, hey, I think it's a cop out, but hey, more power to him. But listen, good to hear from you.
Yeah, you too. Salute, y'all.
Stay safe. Salute.
Okay. All right. Shaw tapping in from Franklin Ave. All right, guys. The main topic: New York City plans cell phone ban in all public schools. This is going to take effect around January 2025. How do you feel? Are you a parent? I don't like it. I want to see everything that goes on now. We are a sick society. It's only a matter of time before, man love. What is that? What is it? NAMBLA. Well, I forget what that stands for. I don't even want to repeat that sort of stuff. But all sorts of sexual stuff will be taught in schools at early ages. I want to have the right to interrupt, call my daughter, pick up the phone, walk out of the class. I'm coming to get you. Why not? It's where we are now. Let's go to area code. White boy Rory, what's up, man? Tapping in early.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, man? What's cracking?
Good. What's going on?
I need you to address the topics first. You wanted to talk about something from the other day. I'll give you a few minutes on that, but I want to start with New York City plans cell phone ban in all public schools. You up to speed?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Star. I know time is a commodity. That's why, and I appreciate the machine. That's why I sent the donation, man.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that's going to work in New York City schools. I know that's not going to work in New York City schools. They don't want that smoke like that.
The ban? The ban's not going to work?
Yeah, the ban on cell phones. That's not going to work. They're going to rescind that. That's never going to go into effect. It'll go into effect for about a month, 2 months, and you're going to get, a bunch of ratchet-ass ghetto kids jumping on the teachers for touching their phone. That's a whole fact. This is New York City. Our school system is the worst of the worst. They've had metal detectors in the school system since the 80s. Yeah. And that don't stop guns from getting into schools, And you got to remember, half of these teachers now are young people in their 20s. They have an associate degree from a place like Oneonta or Binghamton. You're not talking about people who are educated in higher institutions of learning. Not at all. I mean, being a teacher is like being a police officer. You took a job because you wanted some benefits of the pension. For the most part.
Okay.
For the most part. And you got most of the teachers 28, 27 years old. They're addicted to the phone too. They're just as addicted to the phone as the kids are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hang on a second, Rory. Former Mayor Bloomberg, he's the one who actually tried to put a ban into effect. And then when who else came in? De Blasio, he didn't uphold it, right? I forget. I'm looking at some notes here.
Well, de Blasio is the worst of the worst. Everything is like upside down world with de Blasio. He hates America, just like some of these foreigners, most of these foreigners, and hates white people, hates America, hates everything. So he would love for nothing more than the destruction of America's youth. De Blasio could give a shit less. And so could these teachers and the whole...
I need you to watch the profanity, Rory. We're doing good. Just pull back on the profanity, please.
Yeah, my bad. You know, they started charter schools over here for a reason. There's like half the amount of charter schools as there is public schools. You know why? Because charter schools are for students whose parents actually care. Like, that's why the charter school started. That's for parents that actually care and that are real parents that want their kids to get an education, you know, because they knew the New York City school system is in a dump. It's been in a dump for 60 years. I want to say 50 years, at least 50 years. And then nothing has changed. Nothing's ever going to change. Throwing money at it is not going to change it. Throwing money at it just lines pockets of, the corporate people who are in charge of the school system. So, no, you could learn more off the phone and off of Google than you could or out of the school. You know,
hang on a second. Now, the chancellor has been saying, I saw him speaking today on a few different news platforms earlier, that they've got some parents in support of this ban as well. So I don't know the actual breakdown in numbers, but I don't like it. I think we're at a different day and time. I think these phones should be utilized in school. You don't have kids in school anymore, right? Your kids are older? I forget.
Yeah, my kids are older. I had kids when I was younger. My kids are older. They're not in high school.
Okay.
Not far off from high school, but they're not in high school anymore. Okay. Thank God. But no, you're not going to be able to take the phone off of them, and you're not going to be able to stop the technology. The technology is coming out at rapid fire. And in order to keep up with that, you have to be knowledgeable about it, you know, and be down with it. You can't be sitting there. When I went to school, they taught us two things. As far as history goes, there's two things that they taught us, and it was repetitive every year. It was the Holocaust and slavery. And Jim Crow. That was it. There was nothing else. Every single year, it was the same thing.
The Holocaust was pounded into my head for a decade growing up in New Jersey. All right, now listen.
Yeah, in New York City, I don't know about the rest of the country.
I hate to cut you short on that particular topic, but you called me earlier. You wanted to talk about what? The FedEx driver from the other day going into the sundown towns. She was on the job for 6 years, and she's surprised that racism is still a thing. Yes?
Yeah, facts. I wanted to say salute to all the Black Americans. Salute to all my Black Americans that called in and said they ain't scared about no sundown town. They're not worried about no sundown town. If you know, I don't live there. I don't live in a place where there is sundown towns. But I was so happy to hear them say, if we just handling our business and doing our thing, nobody bothers us. There's nobody. But if we're there for you know, nefarious reasons, then maybe we'll get some static. And then all of a sudden, the only people I heard call this line was foreigners. And I got to call out. I don't call people out on your show, but I got to call out. I got to call out that goddamn bumble clot, that blood clot, crime skills, talking about, you know, I don't like any white people. I hate white people, but you don't have to be here, bro. You don't have to be here. You got a whole country of your own people. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole country of your own people, and you come over here. This is the problem. The foreigners keep the racial divide going. Whether it's foreign black people coming over here talking about white people when they knew goddamn well when they came here that, you know, white Americans are who white Americans are, and it's better than being around your own people. And if it's Latinos from South America or Central America that come up here and try to brown nose and kiss up to white people and say shit on a slide about, oh, black people are lazy, black people this and that, you don't need to be here either. You can go back to El Salvador. You can go back to Venezuela. You can go back to Colombia. You don't like black Americans? Then go back. You knew what time it is when you came to this country.
Rory, I hate to cut you short. I got to take other calls. I let you go back. All right?
Listen, if Clark Skills got something to say, this Bumbleclap, I'm telling you, got an issue with this Bumbleclap by the shit he said. So he can call in and we get this fucking work.
All right, watch the F-bomb. I'll talk to you later.
Sorry, man. All right.
White Boy Rory, it's happening. Guys, please make sure you check out my sponsors. The Jace Perspective. Jace, where are you? Are you back from vacation? I want you to call in. Brandon L., I got your donation. Star, men right now are in their man cave hiding from the wife and watching the Star Report. I'm not mad at you. I just, I can't understand that whole man cave concept. Is it just a fashion thing? How do you let her, just take control like that? Sir Shai, I got your donation. Sir Shai, can you send me a link? Is that a confirmation about Bronny James and the Knicks? I need a confirmation. Tyrek, I got your donation. I'm listening to you from the flat screen on my refrigerator, and my Bluetooth is connected. Pick up 212. I don't see you in the queue. Area code 209. Good evening. We're having a discussion about New York City planning a cell phone ban in public schools. You there?
Que lo que.
Randy, what's up, man? How are you?
Okay, I think this is a good way moving forward for young kids, but parents will probably rally against it. Because nowadays, cell phones are used to track where their children are, like find my iPhone. Most people share their locations with their child or have their child share their locations with them,
Mm-hmm.
So now your child could tell you, like back in the days when I was growing up where phones weren't so smart, you can tell your parents again, oh yeah, I'm going to the library and go, do what God knows what.
Right.
After school. Yeah, that's how I got into most of my trouble. I'll tell them I was in one place and there was no way of them keeping track of exactly where I was at. There wasn't always a phone to tell them like, oh, I'm in this person's house. I will be home late. But I also think even though parents might go against it, it'll keep their kids safer because now most of these phones start at like $1,000 or just like clothing. You'll get bullied if you have an Android instead of an iPhone. So if you don't have the $1,000 phone, oh, you broke, nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, your parents can't afford the latest 14. You still got the 10.
Right.
You got your brother's iPhone. All sorts of jazz. No, I remember when I was a kid and I first had a BlackBerry in the Bronx. People try to rob me for it.
Right.
And nowadays, I'll see, whenever I go outside and I see like little 10-year-olds with iPhone 11s and the latest headphones, I'm like, damn, nobody letting these kids know anymore. Like, I guess society has moved forward because back in the days, one of the biggest fears of having electronics was getting robbed by older people.
Mm-hmm. Now, you're no longer in the New York tri-state area. You're out west somewhere, but you went to middle school and high school in New York City, I forget. Or was it the Bronx?
Yes, I went to school in the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Both of my junior high schools and high schools were shut down due to being so bad and no graduations. It was a struggling education for me towards those years.
Okay. So
due to the system,
So you support the ban, is what you're saying?
Yes, I support it because just like clothing.
And you're in your 20s, Randy? I forget.
Schools.
How old are you again? I forget.
What happened?
How old are you again? I forget. 20?
Oh, I am 28, born in 95, December.
Okay. And you support this ban?
I do because the phones are a gateway to a lot of stuff, bro. I remember when I was a kid, if you wore something like a Gucci belt, you'll have niggas on your ass texting their bum-ass homeboys that don't go to school and tell them, like, yo, bring the blick, get 30 of you. We robbed the niggas at my school today. And the same went with phones. If you had the newest phone and people knew you were sweet, they'll call people from other.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. People could line you up.
Yeah.
Line you up.
So when you beefing too after fight, everybody goes to reaching their phone to call the backup.
Right.
Call the YGs, call the gang members.
Right.
So that was one of the scary things about school. You beat the wrong nigga up. Right. He gets to his phone. He got his older brother waiting for you with the gun.
Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate the call. You're too young, I'm sure, for the showrunner.
No. The man cave thing, I think I could give a small perspective.
Go ahead.
It's a cool way for a man to be belittled. Like, my wife gave me a room because she doesn't like the way I decorate. She doesn't want these posters up. She doesn't want, for a man like you, she doesn't want my albums. She doesn't like Reasonable Doubt. She doesn't like Whitney Houston. She doesn't like my child.
Take that in your room.
She gave me a room so I don't mess up her decoration. Right. And sometimes when you have a kid or you don't have a, a compliable woman, you can't tell her, like, yo, leave me alone for a second. Sometimes you need to go to a room, lock yourself, smoke a cigar and a whiskey before you slap her up. Before you put yourself in a compromising position, you got to get yourself away from your family because they don't give you any space, Some women won't give a nigga a cabinet in their own goddamn house that they pay for. So I guess a woman telling a man, yo, you have a room is them compromising when you're living like, when you're in this room, I won't bother you.
Yeah. But I think it's the final phase of a man becoming a shell of a man. But, what do I know?
Yes.
I'm older. Randy, good to talk to you, man. Good to talk to you.
Okay, stay up.
Take care. Stay up, Randy. Okay. Why do men need man caves? Hold on a second. Not every male is a man, right? What about the guys who are going to be born into the reality of a man cave? It'll just be accepted as the norm. Maurice, I got your email. Cooking for yourself, you assume more ownership and control of your life. One of the reasons men control their pets is we control their preparation and delivery of food. Yeah. Blade says, whack blue, Keefe D, bail hearing. Yeah, I watched some footage. I just didn't want to talk about that tonight. Has the bail offering been denied, or are they still considering it? I just, I did see when the state, the prosecution was talking to Cash Jones, aka Whack 100, and they played his Vlad TV interview. Oh my goodness! And he's sitting here, bucking and cooning. Thank you for reaching out, Blade. Any information would be appreciated with regards to whether the bail was actually denied. Guys, let me Google something real quick. What's going on with Bronny James and the Knicks? Hold on. Bronny James. Oh my God! Has he been drafted by the Knicks? Please tell me that's fake news. Please tell me that's fake news. Anybody call in? I'll put this show on hold. Has Bronny James been drafted by the Knicks? CP, are you out there from Knicks Fan TV? Oh my God! Makes it a second round. Okay, mock draft. Should I text left-handed? What's going on with left-handed in Florida Boy J? Hold on, guys. Okay. Steve the Dean Williams tapping in. The term man cave was first published in a 1992 Toronto Star article. Okay. An article, Levering described the basement that's been secured from his wife's intrusion with cobwebs, musty smells, and cold floors. Thank you, Steve the Dean Williams from the Man Mindset Show. Yeah. So the early 90s is when this started. When the term was first published. Toronto Star. Let me just say copy. Oh, okay. Sir Shai says, somebody divorced Rory over lack of a man cave. # per. Thank you, Sir Shai, for tapping in. Charlie, listen, my father was in World War II in the U.S. Navy, so he was a hell of a cook, okay? A hell of a cook. And like most fathers and men in the 60s, the 70s, they did a lot of cooking as well. It wasn't just the women. I was trying to make the point earlier about, television, propaganda, women they were homemakers, but, they weren't all doing all the cooking, In fact, you had women's rights, fighting against women being subservient, if you will, in the home. That was a big thing for them. Charlie, thank you for your donation. Hold on a second. Okay, who is okay? Gangsta of Love. You want to tap in, sir? That's a good idea. Where's Gangsta of Love? Let's get this man on the screen. Gangsta of Love, check your email. I just sent you the link. Come on in, cam up. Anybody else want to cam up? Maybe we'll change the title to Why Do Men Need Man Caves? And we'll put the cell phone ban in the showrunner. What do you think, Troll Babies? Hold on a second. Sunday sent in an email saying, Rory speaking facts. Okay, good to hear from you, Sunday. Gangs of Love, check your email. And Blade says, facts. In school, we endlessly got indoctrinated with that popular work of fiction known as, Okay. Thank you, Blade. I know where you're going. And Penelope, again, another donation. Thank you, Penelope. Oh, damn. She said, my husband better not step out of line. Sheesh. She's got him trained, huh? Okay. Area code 334. Good evening. Talking about two topics. Are you there? 334.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you? It's cracking.
What's going on, brother, man? Calling from Alabama, man. It's Rodden the Black, man.
Okay. Please don't call me a brother, sir. But other than that, good to hear from you. Where do you want to start?
My bad, OG, my bad. No, like... I'm saying, I feel you on the topic. I mean, brothers, you know what I'm saying? We always need man caves, you know what I'm saying? I know so many cats that, you know what I'm saying, they made split-second decisions because they didn't have that man cave. So I think it's very important. It keep you alive. It keep you from being like Fulio. No offense, brother.
Okay.
And I just, and I'm 26. So, I'm really living in the time. So I'm just trying to stay alive out here. So, I think it's important. I definitely think we can, we can grow as a people if we focus in on that.
Stay with me. I can respect a younger person, saying what you're saying. It is a different time. Never mind me, my generation. That's that old shit. You guys are moving different.
Sure.
You guys are moving different with these females, and they're up on social media talking hella reckless. Would you say that the percentage of females today who are microwave queens is more than 70%? Keep it real.
I could definitely agree with that. I mean, when you got networks out here like Zeus saying,
well, I'm asking. I
grew up out.
I don't know. I'm asking.
I mean, definitely. I mean, are we talking about my age group? We talking about your age group?
Your age group.
I don't know.
Never mind. Them old niggas from my generation. Your age group.
I mean, I feel like I'm kind of like a turd in clear water because it's kind of like you got to think when you banging Wu-Tang and shit.
Right.
The music that I'm into is kind of like it's from your time, but I'm just the age of this generation. I don't actually fit into the marquee of the generation.
Well, music is timeless, and I'm not saying you're wrong for having a man cave. I'm just trying to understand, do you really need it? And no disrespect to anybody who you're, affiliated with, females right now, but I think that it's more than 70% who don't know how to cook. Most females don't know how to cook. These girls today, the white ones too, not just the black ones, white ones and the goddamn Hispanic ones, they don't know how to cook. Or they're doing the most. Hang on, let me just lay all this out and then I'll go back to you. If they're cooking, they're streaming live. They got those nasty acrylic nails. They can't stop playing in the goddamn hair. Do you know that they started restaurants centuries ago making people wear nets on their hair because of females? Did you know that? Because of females. Yeah. So they can't cook. They're up on social media doing the most with a whole bunch of goddamn followers and friends. Are they really special? I mean, that's going someplace else. But why do you feel that you need a man cave if you're paying half or more of the goddamn rent and or mortgage? Finish up.
Well, me personally, I mean, I need it because, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying, my own personal situation, like, I don't mind sharing, like, I mean, a nigga done had, like, 2 abortions within, like, the last 2-3 years and shit. So I know if I would have had a man cave, I would have been up in there sitting my butt down and I wouldn't even went through half of that shit. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we just being real and, I'm in Alabama. They just banned that shit. So I had to make a drive all the way to Georgia just to get the shit taken care of.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Salute. Thank you.
Thank you, Star.
Okay. See, I respect that. A young man who stands his ground. He says the man cave works for him. Okay. Man cave works for him. Gangsta of Love, I sent you the link. Did you get it? Hold on a second. Let me just double check, make sure that the link went out. Okay, he says, I'm in the closet now, Star, listening to the show. Okay. Was that your email? I thought that was your email. I sent you the link. PTK got your donation. Gangsta of Love doesn't even get a man cave. His wife makes him go in the closet. Hang on a second. Was that Gangsta? Yes, it was your email. Okay, I sent you the link, man. I sent you the link. Damien, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in, sir. Damien. Okay. Area code 757. Even if you're not from the New York area, what do you think about schools banning cell phones? Are you there? 757?
I'm here.
Good evening. How are you?
I wasn't calling about that, bro. I'm calling about the man cave bullshit.
Oh shit.
The man cave bullshit.
Should I change the title? Hang on. Should I change the title for the show?
Hey, look, you might have to, man. These niggas don't know, man.
These niggas don't know. Come on. Talk your talk.
Hey, I will tell any nigga, I try to tell these young niggas this shit, right?
Okay.
Don't get a fucking man cave. Don't let that bitch.
Sir, can you watch the profanity? I want to hear you just watch the profanity, please. Come on.
My bad. Don't let the chick put you in the garage, man.
Ooh.
Because you know what? I was with a girl, right? We was together for 10 years.
Okay.
We finally got a big old nice house, have plenty of space and everything. She took up every corner in the house, putting her stuff here, her stuff there.
Come on.
I got a whole DJ set, everything, like, and all my personal belongings, like my hobbies and stuff, was out in the garage.
Ooh.
She even had a whole nother separate room for her paintings and stuff like that. I'm telling young guys, don't freaking get a goddamn going garage, a man cave, none of that until you got a spot in the crib. Because once you do that, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask, how old are you, sir? How old are you, sir? I'm
52, brother.
Right. Please don't call me brother, but I hear you, but just let's slow it down. So we came up in the era of a man's house is his castle, right? No need for a man cave. The hell is that?
Man, it's not. Right. She done put you in the garage, bro.
But now, is there any reason why the younger generation might need one? Do you have a son by any chance or a daughter?
Nah, I have a daughter, bro. Okay. But even if her boyfriend, I tell him, don't even get a man cave. Don't even do that, man.
Ooh.
You need to have control of your crib, man. You need to have control of the crib. You can be in the house with her. Like, what are you doing? Like, why do I got to spend most of my time outside? Like,
right. Yeah.
Like, it don't make no sense, man. Okay. These young brothers, man, I know you want to get away. If you feel like that, then maybe that's not too good of a relationship for real.
Right. So, stay there. Stand up to her. Stand up to her, nigga. You know?
Yeah, man. Don't let her ran you out the crib, man. What? But look, by the time that happened to me, I looked around, and even if I wanted to bring something back in the crib, I couldn't. I'm like, dang, it's something in every damn corner in her.
Right.
And it's all hers, man.
Okay.
Don't do it, man. Don't give up the crib, man. Stand up, man.
I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
For sure, man. Appreciate you.
For sure. Yes, sir. For sure. Okay. Hey, Jenny. Which Jenny is that? Jenny sent me a donation store. Have you heard Joel Santana and Jada Kiss new track called Party and Bullshit? I did. Trash. It's trash. I didn't even wait to get to Jada Kiss's part. Jada Kiss is my number one, favorite rapper, dead or alive, He's doing charity work for Joel Santana. Joel Santana is stuck in a time capsule. He's still got the little goofy bandana. He's dressing like he did back in the Dipset circa. Come on. Party and bullshit. Good guy. Only met him once. That's JJ's little brother, Jim Jones. I try not to, go too hard at Joel Santana. I know he's been through some things, but damn. That was trash. Anybody want to tap in with regards to that from the New York area? Have you heard Joel Santana and Jada Kiss? What's the track's name? I forget. Trash. That's not bringing New York back. I have to say that. Oh, there he is. Gangs of Love.
Star, big homie, what's up with you?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Appreciate you for having me on.
Do you know how I came to this particular topic? Did you hear me earlier speaking about a guy who I knew years ago, just had so much swag and drip, and he's damn near 350 pounds now. And he and I were talking, and he had to lower his voice to go down to his man cave just to talk to me. Did you catch all that?
Man, I thought you were shooting a subliminal at me. You just changing the story a little bit.
Nigga, I don't know you. I've never met you.
I know that. I'm just fucking with you, but my bad. But
but hang on a second. I don't know how old you are. You may have a good reason for a man cave, but this nigga, I think he's 5 years younger than me. Nobody in their 50s or 60s should have a man cave. And it broke my heart. But go ahead. You where do you want to chime in? Come on.
So look, the reason I come to the man cave, the closet, is because I listen to the Star Report.
Thank you.
Every time you tell these niggas, when they get online, you tell these niggas what? Watch your profanity. What do? They start cussing. I got a 2-year-old little girl. She picks up on everything. I don't want my little girl hearing niggas cuss because I'm listening to the Star Report. Don't get it effed up. I pay all the bills in this Mickey Ficky. And my wife, she don't run this house. She runs the house because she's the woman. I give her duties to do, but don't get it messed up that she control. Like, here's the thing, as a man, and I'm speaking for me, Star, you being a man yourself.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm not saying that you have or haven't, but you probably never occupied a house with a woman long term, have you? To where you have.
I have actually. I've lived with women. I've helped raise kids. Yeah.
So, but you say, hey, you're a bachelor, so you're used to having your own space, your own house. So you don't answer to nobody, and you don't have to. But here's the thing: as a married man, you give a woman, quote, something to control. So I give her the house because I'm out working. When I come home, food is taken care of. I got me something to drink. I can sip on this in the closet. I don't have to worry about my daughter coming to get it. Well, and then look, I actually had a basement. I just come up to the closet because we got a 2-story house. So I usually don't go to the basement until it's like I got a whole bunch of people over. But other than that, I'll be in the closet listening to the Star Report, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Sipping
How
on
old are you?
something.
I forget, Gangs of Love. How old are you?
I'm 45.
Okay. So now, let's go back for a second. You said something. I just want to, respond, not necessarily say that you're wrong. You live your life a different way. You said you give her something to run, right?
I did say that. Yep.
Yeah. My
Whoa,
generation, hang on. My generation, we tell women all the time, the only thing you run is your goddamn mouth. But that's that old shit. You guys are different. So does she come into your man cave? Does she clean it? Does she come in and take out clothes to wash? Well, do you have, your privacy there? Tell us about your man cave.
So the man cave basically is the basement. I got a bunch of posters down there. I keep the alcohol down there. Stuff that I've had since I kid that's displayed, jersey. It's basically where you go to chill. I don't smoke, but if some of the homies come over and they want to smoke a beanie, hey, they can smoke it in the basement. Me, myself, I'm a very couth person, so I clean myself. I really don't need nobody to clean behind me. But
Okay.
does she go down there and vacuum? Probably so. I imagine so. But I keep my own stuff clean. But again, it's just a place for me to go and wind down and watch whatever I want. Again, my wife is a religious woman, so she don't want to watch scary movies. If I want to watch Return of the Living Dead, I'm gonna watch it in the basement. If I want to watch the Star Report and talk about gay leprechauns, then I can do that in the basement. You know what I'm saying? I get to do whatever I want in my man cave. Now I just happen to be in the closet where I'm at right now because it's upstairs. But I think every man should have a man cave because at the end of the day, when you get older, you're not gonna be going up and downstairs. You're gonna be laying your funky ass in that bed, watching TV, and you're gonna die in your bed.
Well, listen, I can respect your position if it works for you. Again, my generation, I don't think anybody in their 50s or 60s should have a man cave. But now, does she question you about certain things, or is that just your private space? Because a lot of times women can still be intrusive and not necessarily respect your quote unquote space.
Nah, my wife, we don't do the whole let me check this, let me check like I ain't got nothing to hide. We've been together. So I don't have anything to hide. So nah,
Gotcha.
I mean if she comes down there, she wanna look around, hey, go ahead. And then before I get up out of here,
Okay.
Star, if you don't mind, can I say something about the whole Bronny James situation?
Yeah. So what happened? What's going on with him in the draft?
So he hasn't been drafted yet, but more than likely he's going to be drafted, in my opinion. But the talk is that the only reason he's getting drafted is because his dad is LeBron James.
Right.
So I'm saying this: he can play basketball. He's better than your average nigga out here running their mouth. He would ball the hell out of them, for one. Number two, most of these niggas don't have a father. Like that's what your dad's supposed to do, open doors for you. Half of these niggas don't even know they dad. And what
Okay.
did they dad leave them? They dad didn't even leave them a bottle of Similac. So all you niggas talking shit about Bronny James, man, stop. You niggas don't even know your daddy. That's what LeBron James is supposed to do, open up a door for his son. He done made the NBA billions of dollars. So the fact that he's leaving something for his son to walk into, man, y'all don't know nothing about how the world works because it ain't about what you can do. It's really fake it till you make it. But the dude
Can I
can play.
jump in? Gangs of Love, can I jump in? I can respect what you're saying. But now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the position that most people are taking is that Bronny is trash, and we're talking the NBA. Your father opening doors is one thing, but you're saying he's got some high level skills, and he just had a cardiac arrest, right?
He
A couple
did.
months ago.
Star, listen, his dad is LeBron James. It takes 4 years to develop a player. He's 6'1". He's probably weighs about a good 203, 204. He's what, 19 years old? You can make him into a role player. Will he be this superstar that everybody's wanting to be? Probably not. But I
Okay.
guarantee he's better than TJ McConnell. He's better than half of these basic ass point guards that bring the ball up and distribute. He can get 12 points a game. Hey, there's no
Okay.
if and buts about that. So all you
Okay.
niggas out there running your mouth talking about Bronny, You niggas suck. You can't even put up 40 points against 10 points against me, and I'm 45. I guarantee you can't.
Lord have mercy. Now, Rory is on the line. Do you want to talk to Rory or no?
Tell Rory I'm going to put this potato up his ass. I don't want to talk to Rory.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't want the back and forth yelling. I mean, if it can just be one, okay, but don't worry about it. Oh, don't worry about it.
I'll catch up with him Saturday. How about that? But Rory, I'm going to put this potato up your ass when you get on here Saturday.
I appreciate you tapping the man. Salute. Gangs of love.
All right, Star, I'm out. Peace.
Yes, sir. Okay. You see, it works for him. A man cave. Never mind me and that old shit. Sheesh. Why do men need man caves in today's world? Let me just put an apostrophe there. Rory, he doesn't want to talk to you, man. I see in the queue, but he doesn't want to talk. Area code 340. Sit tight. You're up next. 340. Hold on. Okay. Guys on the screen, luxuryopticdesign.com. Please go there. Tell them I sent you. That platform can help you with prescriptions and a whole lot of other things with regards to custom glasses. And I highly recommend them. Okay. Hang on a second. Who's Big Elvis? Absolutely, you can cam up. Hold on a second. Big Elvis, the chef Rosenberg. Check your email, Elvis. I just sent you the link. GY11 says, salute from Houston. Thank you so much. H-Town in the building. Houston, Texas. Okay. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Okay, Amy just sent me. Okay, Amy, I'll respond after the show. But sponsors should have wrenches in the live chat. I'll respond after the show. Thank you for giving me a heads up. Okay, Luis got your donation. I bet this nigga think LeBron better than Jordan. He's talking about Gangsta of Love who just tapped in. Area code 340. Good evening. Are you there? On a Wednesday, 3, 4.
Hey, sir.
Hey, how are you? Good evening.
Hey, good evening. 105.1 farm checking in.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to hear from you.
Good to hear from you, man. I was just coming to give my 2 cents about the man cave thing.
Yeah. Why do men need man caves in today's world?
I could speak for myself, right? So my situation is I have my home with my wife and my kids, and then I have a little apartment right next to the house.
Okay.
Right? And so I don't have a man cave per se, but I have my own apartment right next to them.
I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got my tools. I got all my tools and my stuff, that I deal with. So I have my own space to handle my business. And I have a big TV on the wall. So when we want to watch movies together, they come over. We do the popcorn thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's gangster shit.
So it's like
that's gangster shit. I got an apartment next door. Come on.
Yeah, I got an apartment next door. Wifey comes over like a date, like you know what I mean? Like we got on a date. It's just cool. It's nice, man. A man needs his space to spread out, and so he can be more productive in doing what he has to do. And I just found that for me personally, it's a good living situation. Everybody gets along so well. Everybody's happy for each other's company that way. You know what I'm saying? We're not aggravated at each other. It works, man. It works.
Coming up in the I was born in '64, but going back to the '50s and a good part of the '60s, married couples had twin beds. Twin beds. I think that's so fucking cool. And
yes, it is.
I don't know if I will ever live with a woman again. I don't see that being a reality of mine in the future. But if I do, we're gonna have twin beds. I hate that whole pretzel thing. You're on top of me, or just we're cuffing. Whoa. But
right.
How long have you had the apartment? And your wife is cool with it?
Yeah, man, it's a great thing. I would say like 5 years now. Yeah, and it's been working well. I've had this apartment prior to the marriage, so I've always had it, right? So when I moved up here on the land, you know, there was a home there for us to live in, but my apartment is still there.
Okay.
So, you know, it's always been mine, you know, and like I said, a man needs space to spread out so we can be more productive in providing, and, you know what I'm saying? You know, Western society has a kind of idea, like you said, like with the double beds, right?
Right.
That's beautiful because, you know, when you wake up, you're both rested properly. You know what I'm saying? You both wake up feeling better. If you have the choice, if you want to cuddle, you can, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, everyone needs their space, and you know, they say distance makes the heart fonder.
Right.
And, you know, that it's a fact. It's a fact, man.
Right,
it's a fact.
Right. Hey, I appreciate the call. You said you worked with me at Power 105 back in the days. Is that what you said?
No.
Okay.
No, you are here. No.
Then you said 105.1 fam. I was just
No, 105.1 fam. That's my rap name. 1051
got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to talk to you, man. Salute.
All right, respect. Yes,
okay. All right. I won't go into detail, but I've got to go back up to New York on business, and I just I'll readdress it another time. I may need some type of show producer. I don't know. Wait a minute. Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg from Premium Black News on YouTube. Are you there, sir? Good evening.
I am here, Star. Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg. I am here.
Good to see you, man. Where do you want to start? My main topic, it's not trending. Why do men need man caves in today's world? Is that what you want to talk about?
Well, I was going to say, like the gentleman said earlier, like my father, he used to have a separate apartment where he had it for over 20 years. I actually took over his apartment when he didn't like some situation. He was like, yo, son, just take the apartment. But he had it. It was like his den. He referred to the apartment as his den. And he spent like 60 grand furnishing it with the plush carpeting and the mirrors on the walls. It was just like really, really amazing. It was in a high rise up in Washington Heights.
Okay.
And I took over the apartment and I loved it. And I always thought that was such a great idea, because you have to get away from your spouse sometimes. Like my wife today irritated me like crazy, that I just was like, man, I need to I wouldn't mind if I had a man cave, because I would just went into the man cave and just did my own thing for a little while, unwind, or, you know, maybe open up a scotch or smoke the cigar, and just to get away from her and the children. So I don't have any real issue with men that are doing the man cave thing and living their best life, because you ain't gonna leave her. You don't want to leave her. You still love her and you still care about her, but you need a break, man. You need 30 hours of just maybe not even seeing her, but at least the kids and everybody know you're still home and you're not abandoning them. You're taking away this feeling of like anger. So if you have a safe space like that, you can deal with the anger more and not have to like just, you know, slide off to somebody's house or, you know, just make the relationship even worse. So I'm all for it.
Well, listen, I'm not clowning anybody who does have a man cave from the younger generation. Maybe I know they move different, you know. Maybe it's a vanity thing. Maybe it's a way that they deal with today's woman, you know, whether she be Caucasian, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, you know. I don't necessarily deal with younger women. I don't pursue them. They gravitate towards me, and I let them know off the rip there are boundaries. I'm not bringing you to my home. There's nothing in my home. I haven't had furniture in my homes since 2002.
You always say that, Star, but you always say that, Star.
That's how I live.
Come on. You built your own furniture. Come on.
No. There's nothing to do if you come to my home. There's nothing to sit on. So there's no, I don't care. I'm just keeping it real. Okay, so now you're from the New York Tri-State area, Big Elvis. I was asking about the Chancellor, pardon me, Board of Education Chancellor. Coming in January 2025, they are going to implement the ban on cell phones in all public schools. You want to chime in on that?
Well, I think it's cool because it's, we living in a capitalistic society where there's a spot on Fordham Road in the Bronx, right off of Webster Avenue. They converted a ice cream truck, a Mr. Softy truck, into a cell phone place. So all the kids from the local high school and junior high school, they put their phone in this package. They pay, I think, $1 a day, and
I don't like that.
And this is what they're doing. They're storing and holding these phones for these kids. So I like the idea because I wouldn't mind maybe, putting the truck out there and we'll hold your phone for you till you get out of school. I kind of like that, on a business tip. I see me as a person who's going to say, wait a minute, if they're going to take these phones from schools, then let me put up a few vans, and inside of these vans, I'll have some migrants, paying them $8 an hour to take care of these kids' phones for the next 6 hours, 7 hours.
But now, hang on. What about you as a father? You have young people, yes, in high school? I forget.
No, 13 and 11.
Okay. So banning them from having a phone in school, that's okay with you?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I think that it might be important for them to have the phone after school. What would they do? How would they get it? But I don't have a problem with that. I think that we're relying too much on these devices. So if I took myself away, the entrepreneur side of my brain, and I parked that and just thought about my children, I like my kids to be able to use their brains. Okay. In order to get in and out of something. I don't need my kids to rely on the phone as a way of communicating with me. Like, they need to understand that the cell phone and you calling me and saying, like, my son called me the other day, was like, yo, this kid, I told you about, he's here at the rec. So it was like he made a phone call, but he used the rec phone to do that. But he's also using his mind to deal with the situation. I don't want a child to always have to think like they got the answer with the Google, or they got the answer with, calling me up or one of their peoples up to solve something. I like them to use their brain and
Let me jump in.
Hey.
I don't trust teachers today. I've changed my position. I was a big teacher supporter. I see teachers damn near in the predator realm now.
Right.
I saw a very disturbing video. Many of us saw it maybe a month ago. Some teacher running behind a male student, put him in a headlock or something, and just threw him down. I'm like, whoa, where do you get off putting hands on somebody's kid like that? The kid was walking away from him. I forget what state that was. I just don't trust the teachers. We've seen too many examples of students getting punched, smacked, sexually, violated by the teachers. I want my daughter or my son to have a phone. Something goes on, call me, text me. I want to know right away. What do you think about that?
I feel you. I like I said, I disagree with what you're saying, but I understand what you're saying. I know that when I was a kid and I was 14 years old, my resource teacher, whoever she was, she put her hand on my thigh. And she didn't travel anywhere too high up with it, but she had her hand on my thigh. I was so uncomfortable. I had to go run home and handle that with the 5 fingers, for like a month or two, thinking about that. But it's not new. These teachers are predators. A lot of these teachers are predators, but a phone is not going to solve that problem at all.
Might you still be traumatized from that experience?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm sure she's about 75 now, so it's
Right.
over. It can never happen.
But at the time, hang on. At the time when it happened, maybe you suppressed those feelings and what is that they say? You compartmentalized it, but it's still there.
Yeah. Well, I don't let my trauma define me. I'm not a woman.
Gotcha. That's a hard shot at women. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey man, how's the platform going? Premium Black News. How's it going?
Premium Black News is going okay. It's been about a week and a half hiatus. I just dropped off my laptop to upgrade it and clear some stuff so I can start doing the pod via the StreamYard, because my co-host is now teaching in Philly. So
okay.
He left New York. He's in Philadelphia. So we're going to be doing the show again. It'll be up and running soon, and I'll be, taking things a little more serious. I also been doing the gout report because I recently have been not diagnosed, but I have gout. And I want to make it where people understand more about gout, because gout is something. Yeah, it's horrible, and I only would wish this on my worst enemy.
I wouldn't know, but now hang on a second, Elvis. With all due respect, who does the cooking in your house?
Oh, the same woman I don't want to talk to tonight.
Wow,
that chick, the one I've been with for 21 years. Yeah,
can you cook, Elvis? Elvis, can you cook?
Oh yeah, I'm a chef. Opened up restaurants and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah. Well, according to culinary statistics, it's not just me saying this. Men are the best cooks. You know this as a fact, yes?
Of course. Mm-hmm. Our analytical brains, we can handle the pressure of needing to. You see, cooking is all about not being able to follow a recipe, but to be able to understand food.
Hang on a second. The top shelves we see today are mostly older men, and this aligns with the admission statistics from culinary schools over the past years. This entails that there is time required to close the gender gap, considering that more female chefs will be emerging from culinary schools with increased enrollments. But men are the best chefs. And I read that because, I'm talking about man caves and so on and so forth. Do you think if you did the cooking yourself, you would be healthier?
Of course. Of course. Come on. If I was single, I would be 240 pounds and, living on a high rise somewhere. But I don't have any regrets on that side. I love my wife very, very much.
I'm alive today because I'm single and I cook for myself. I mean, I do eat fast food as well, but I cook for myself. If I were married, I would have been dead 10 years ago. Finish up, Elvis, please.
Right. Yeah, everything you're speaking is facts, Don. I appreciate you. Were you talking about something else? What was the other topic, though? Did you have another one?
I've been jumping around here. People are upset about a black samurai.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's Assassin's Creed Shadows. People are upset about a black African samurai, or this horrible track with Jadakiss and Joel Santana. It's called Party and Bullshit.
Okay, let me just say this about the Black Samurai. Is this a video game?
Yeah, but I'm not fully up to speed.
Right. Well, these things are being destroyed on purpose. There's this huge push. I was listening to the Corbett report. Not the Colbert, the Corbett report, and it's online. He's off of YouTube. Got kicked off voluntarily, got off of it, and he was talking about these video games, how they have this agenda to make it more diverse. They're destroying video games on purpose, the same way they destroyed Star Wars, the same way they destroyed every single franchise out there is being destroyed on purpose. I'm telling you, Star, I've talked about this before. This Black Samurai, the black people in video games is unnecessary, and they just going too far. It doesn't make sense.
That's crazy. Okay. Elvis, great to talk to you, man. Thank you so much for tapping in.
Respect, Star.
Respect. Thank you.
Donation coming in.
Thank you, man.
Boom.
Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg. I know it hurts to hear that, but the best chefs are men. Google it. Don't just take my word for it. There's a lot of women hating right now. He capping. No. There's so much history to prove what I'm saying. These girls today, you got to be careful. A couple of years ago, I remember talking about some chick, I'm not going to say her name, in Atlanta, and she was cooking on YouTube those nasty acrylic nails, and she took the meat right out of the goddamn the package and just put it in the pot. Acrylic nails and the nasty fucking horse hair. And people just ate it up. Alessito got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay. Call in if you like. The phone lines are open right now. I got a couple of people in the queue. Sit tight. I'm coming to area code 202 next. Sit tight, 202. I'll be right there. Troll babies, are you up to speed? The Supreme Court of Georgia has removed Douglas County probate judge Christina Peterson. She's out of there. I think they returned with the 80-page report. She's the mammy that was kicking up all that dust at the Red Martini Lounge, if memory serves me correctly. She was arrested, telling the she hit a off-duty cop in the face. They locked her up, and she, don't touch me. There, you can see body cam footage of her in the precinct, drunk. Don't touch me. Well, she's now been removed from the bench. All sorts of ethics violations. Okay. Hold on a second. 202. We're having a few. We're having a discussion. A few topics on the table. Are you there? Do you want to chime in? 202.
Yeah. How you doing, Star?
I'm doing, sir. How about yourself?
Good. I was actually watching the NBA draft. But then I tuned into YouTube and saw.
What's going on?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
No. What's going on with the New York Knicks and Bronny James?
I don't think Bronny James got selected yet.
Okay.
There's been a lot of other players going. A lot of these other players didn't really get talked about. You know, LeBron's son was the main topic for the draft for whatever reason, but there's a lot of other good players that have been selected.
Well, it's LeBron James' son, you know. And then I Googled it and I saw something about mock draft, so I wasn't sure. But as of right now, he has not been drafted by the New York Knicks, is what you're saying.
No, he has not. The Lakers have already chosen a player as well. He was not their first choice.
Okay.
So I wanted to chime into the topic about the phones in the school.
Please. Go ahead. Please.
Yeah, so I'm 33. I'll be 34 at the end of the year. When I was in high school, 9th grade, I got my first cell phone. Back then, DC schools did not allow phones in the building. So what we had to do was, there was a corner store maybe a block up from our school, and the guy would let us put our phones like in a bucket at the beginning of the day, and then we would get it at the end of the day. As far as New York moving with this rule, I kind of like it. From the fact that I just feel like the phones have consumed too much of the younger generation. And that's why we have so much chaos out here right now. You know, the kids are not really learning anymore. I think you had a topic about this months ago, but you were saying who is teaching your children? And I feel like the phones are teaching.
Okay, can I jump in? You said you're how old again?
I'm 33.
33. I appreciate this call. I'm not a know-it-all. Let me just say that. I don't have any biological children that I claim. There's some who claim me. And I have raised children, for those who don't know. Okay. Today's generation is very different from when you were coming up. They're very much born into the matrix. So what you said, respectfully, sounds old. When I was in high school, that's some dinosaur shit. If I had kids or grandkids, I would want to know what's going on in that goddamn school. I'm concerned. If I can't make it down there, I want to see things. I want to know who's teaching you.
Now, I agree. I will agree that from a safety aspect, the phone is needed. But if I can ask you a question really quick.
Okay, if I can just let me finish my last point.
Okay.
Growing up in New Jersey in the 70s, there were things that were pounded into my goddamn head for a decade with regards to other people's cultures. When I got older and then I continued, reading and researching and studying on my own. I didn't go to college. I found a lot of those things to be skewed. So I'm saying that to say that the phone today can be used by the kids in class to fact check what the goddamn teachers are saying. The teachers are not always going to be truthful. They have an agenda. Especially in the New York tri-state area, they have an agenda. So I would want the child to be able to fact check, not to necessarily be a smart aleck, but, to question what's being taught to them. You feel me?
No, I feel you on that. One quick question.
You had a question.
You did have children.
Come on.
Yeah, if you did have kids, what age do you think is most appropriate for a kid to have a cell phone? Smartphone.
Oh man, as soon as they can comprehend what's going on. Listen. As soon as they're teaching all about transgender friendly yada yada yada, as soon as they're teaching that shit to kids, that's when I want my kid to have a phone. I don't want anybody touching you. I don't want you sitting on anybody's lap who comes in there with manly fucking features and a goddamn wig. You text me, boy, or young lady, you call me right away. You send me a picture of that person, before anybody touches you. You see, they got a lot of goofy shit going on now in these goddamn schools. If that answers your question.
Nah, it's definitely a lot of. I would say there's definitely a lot going on in the schools on both the kids and the teachers.
Yeah.
But I just feel as though, and I get what you mean when you say, we're in a different generation.
Oh, yeah.
Technology is everything. But I feel as though things like Instagram, Twitter, our society has become so consumed with it.
Yeah.
It's almost as if people don't know how to function without it. That troubles me.
You're right. But sir, we have become zombies, if you will. Do you go to clubs?
I do. Not as much as I used to. I used to do that like 5-6 years ago more. Now I'm just on some laid back.
Okay, listen.
Get my money up.
I have no business at clubs. I'm 60. I've been to clubs. But your generation, you're at clubs and all the girls are on their phones, right? They're standing there dancing on the phone, right?
All the time.
Yeah. You push up to a girl, you say anything, she wants your information right away, and you give her something, right? You give her some type of IG page, or she wants a fucking picture. Y'all going live, right? So what's the difference?
But it's crazy though, because I'm very old school. I'm an old soul, even though I'm still young.
Okay.
But to me, I'm not with all of that. Like now, girls, they want your Instagram before they want your number. Like, it wasn't like that before.
Hey. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you for chatting.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you. I'll send a donation as well.
Thank you, man. Salute. It's a different day and time. Never mind that old shit when I was coming up. That's old shit. Guys, on the screen, please check out my sponsors. Tell them I sent you. Where is my banner for advertising? Hold on a second. For new advertisers, I'm giving 50% off for 30-day promo packages for 48 hours only. If you are a sponsor already, I will give you 30% off for another 30-day promo package. Okay? There's my information. Okay? Reach out via email. Someone will respond to you. My alleged daughter, Amy, she runs the channel. Hold on a second. The hater 1964yahoo.com. Newt, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in, sir. Star, was that Killer or Elvis in the car cave again? I don't know what you mean, sir. The car cave? I appreciate the donation. Oh, that was Elvis the Chef Rosenberg. Oh, okay, I know what you're saying. You can figure out who was who. Gotcha. Gotcha. Brandon, I got your donation. Who said black people in video games are bad? Yeah, who said that, troll babies? I just listen. I let people talk. I am not up to speed. I'm not in the loop. I just threw something out there. Some new video game. I don't have the information. I probably shouldn't have even mentioned it. Assassin's Creed Shadows. They have a black samurai that people are somewhat sort of concerned about. I don't know. Hold on a second, guys. Let me go to area code 206. Good evening. It's Wednesday night. We have changed the show topic to why do men need man caves in today's world? Are you there?
Yes. Hey, sorry, Sunday.
Hey, Sunday. How are you? Good to hear from you.
I'm great. I think that it's important to have a man cave. But a man cave doesn't have to be a designated room. It should be whatever they want to do rather than being told, this is where you're going. This is what you can do with that space.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay.
I think it's important to have separation in a relationship. To be up under each other all the time is not healthy. It's not normal. So I think it's good to have, you've mentioned separate beds. I think separate rooms would be even better. So
I have mentioned that in the past, separate bedrooms, but that seems to weird females out, when I reference that, because, listen, I mean, I don't want to be on top of someone all the goddamn time, and I'm past the point of falling in love. I'm so past that point. So, separate beds is a reality. Twin beds, I think that's a cool thing. I don't want to smell somebody's goddamn breath every morning. I don't want to hear you pass gas if you eat a fucking a plate of some goddamn spicy food. You feel me?
Yeah, and then it builds the desire too for one another. You haven't physically seen them, and then you are more attracted or interested in them the next day. So I think it's good. I've said this to men, and they're completely against it. I've never met a man that thought it was a good idea. So it just depends on what that person wants for their relationship. Mm-hmm. Everybody's relationship is different. That's how I look at it. It's like whatever works for you, do it. I've seen man caves go horribly wrong. I've seen men on the way to divorce by the time that they decide to do that, and they hate their wives. Seen it in at least 2 occasions. They hated their wives. Mm. The wives were miserable. The men were already in another relationship. Their man cave was a way to get away from them because for whatever reason they couldn't divorce.
How old are you again? I forget, Sunday.
I'm 35.
Okay. There's a lot of males who, for whatever reason, how they were raised, or maybe they just are not the best communicators in relationships, they go into these man caves, I would imagine, and they sulk, they pout, They don't talk to their wives, now women can be nags, that's a reality, but they go into these man caves, and it widens the gap of communicating, if you ask me, but again, I'm an older guy. I see it different. My generation, I had no problem talking to you, leading by way of example. You feel me? I'm a talker. But I think that the younger generation, whatever their reasons are for these man caves, it's a thing now. It's a thing.
I think it's good. I think it's healthy because
okay.
Also, you can bring your friends there, right? You have all your male friends come over. You don't have to worry about your woman or whoever, your wife, being paraded around them all the time. Not in a like jealousy way, but just I don't know. It's just better to not have any interruptions. I think. I would, if I were married, I would really support that if that's what my husband wanted to do. I wanted to comment on what you said about the.
Well, hang on. For those who have company in the home, everybody doesn't like to have company, and it's not necessarily a weirdo thing. When you invite people into your home, that's a risk. That's a gamble. Everybody who's a so-called friend isn't a friend. I've been saying this for decades, and I even wrote about this in my book. There's a difference between friends, acquaintances, and associates. And bringing people into your home, letting them get a feel or a look around of your wife, your relationship, your kids, I think by today's standards, that's a real risk and a problem. Go ahead.
I don't disagree. Yeah, I agree with you. For me, I'm still kind of figuring things out for myself. Okay. I know that my preferences have changed since I've gotten older. Like I don't date people my age. I can't do it. I date 20 plus years older than me.
Okay.
I can't, like once you go that direction, it's hard to go back because everybody looks like an infant when you try to date your own age. For myself. Yeah. So for me, I find that older men prefer to be cooked for. They prefer the traditional ways because they don't want to necessarily get up and cook 3 meals a day after they've worked. So for me, I take pride in cooking. You said something about how you're alive because you cook for yourself and you're healthy, but just a different perspective. I agree with you, but I also just want to say some people, even whether they're dating, engaged, married, whatever, some people are either trying to help their partner thrive or trying to help self-destruction occur. And some people who are heavy, they're both heavy and they both are eating to the grave. And I see it where that's how they prefer things to be. And then you'll have people who are eating for health and eating to thrive. When I would cook, it was always for health. It was never to get to the grave faster. Like I don't cook soul food. I don't know how, but I would always cook healthy meals all the time. I never cooked meals that would put you in the hospital. So It just depends on the woman that you're dealing with, just to, be the devil's advocate to what you were saying before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to chime in on?
I spoke to Scoop.
What's that?
3 days ago. I spoke to your former colleague, Scoop, 3 days ago. And I told him.
Scoop?
Yeah, he spoke really highly of you. He said you're funny.
Who's
Just
Scoop?
wanted to say that. That's it.
Who's Scoop?
Batman Scoop.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good guy. I haven't seen him in years. Great guy. Great guy.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, he spoke highly of you. Thank you for having me.
Tell him I said hello. Take care.
I will. Okay. All right.
Bye now. Okay. You are tapping in from area code 954. Good evening. Why do men need man caves in today's world? 954.
Yo.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
How you doing? What are we talking about?
What's that?
So what are we talking about?
We're talking about boy cunt and why you prefer it over cisgender women. Why do you prefer boy cunt, sir?
This is my first time seeing you in a while, man. Last time I was on this thing, you had some.
Nobody gives a shit, sir. I don't know you, and I don't give a flying fuck about you. Tell us about boy cunt and why you prefer boy cunt. Why you prefer it?
I like the woman cunt. I like the coochie.
You're a liar.
I like the coochie.
You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. When's the last time you've been down on all fours and a tranny skeeted on your chin? Come on, I got time.
This guy's a clown. You're too funny, dog. I miss seeing your.
No. So I'm serious. I'm serious. You've called me like the dumb fuck that you are, asking me what are we talking about? It's on the screen, you low life. Yeah,
I got you.
No, sir. Where you from? Where you from?
I was born in New York, but I'm raised in Florida. Not Florida.
What part of Europe?
I said I was born in New York, but I was raised in Florida.
Oh, New York. What part of New York? Pardon me.
I was born in Manhattan, but I moved to South Florida. 5 years old, I left.
What part of Manhattan?
Shit, I wouldn't know, man. All I know is numbers and shit. I know I was close by Yonkers. We went to the Bronx. I was a baby, so I left when I was like 4 years old, 5. So I can't really tell you too much.
So you're from Florida. So stop with that New York stuff. You're from Florida.
My whole family's from New York. I'm the baby.
Sir, I don't care about your spick family. You were raised in Florida. You raised in Florida, right?
For sure. Yeah. That's a fact.
You eat rice and beans 5 days a week, maybe 6. Yes.
Something like that. I'm Dominican. Now, you got it.
Tell us about the boy cunt and why you prefer before you go. I appreciate the call.
There's no boy cunt over here. But look, let's talk about your that fat dude that was in the car talking about.
No, sir.
The goddamn.
No, sir. That man spent Skrilla. You're just a spick who prefers boy cunt.
No, I sent you $5. Just I sent you $5. I sent you $5.
You take that $5 and you put it towards your sister who sells blowjobs for dime bags of cut. All right.
Yeah. Look, before.
All right, thank you, sir. I made time for him tonight. What a good guy. What are we talking about? It's on the goddamn screen. It's on the goddamn screen. www.gurubusinesscenter.com. www.gurubusinesscenter.com. Keith, I got your donation. Hang on a second. Keith is tapping in. Appreciate the time on your platform. Thank you, Keith. Salute to you, man. I got your donation. Okay. Okay. Mr. Controversy says I'm sending over 500 right now. Okay, well, we'll see. Don't cap. Newt says dad opening doors and he's stuck in the closet. Oh, you're talking about Gangsta of Love. Well, listen, I appreciate him, giving the breakdown about why the man cave works for him. Area code 973, good evening. Are you there? It's Wednesday. We're talking about man caves. Wednesday.
Hey, what's going on, Star?
Yes, sir. Can you turn that down in the background, please?
Gotcha.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, man. Yeah, a man need a man cave. You know what? You got to get away sometime because females be nagging and they do it on purpose. And you got to get away. You need a peace of mind, just like yourself,
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 40.
40?
40 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a man cave?
Yeah.
Your man cave?
I have my own getaway. I get away at times, Yeah.
If are you married or are you a bachelor?
I have a nagging girlfriend. That's on my damn nerves every day. But other than that, yeah, that's about it.
What'd you say?
You need a man cave.
You said American? You have an American girlfriend?
Yeah. No, she's Jamaican.
Oh, Jamaican.
She's Jamaican.
Okay. Where are you from, sir? Where are you from, sir?
I'm Americanized. I'm Jamaican, but American bred.
Okay. Okay. Now that's a little tricky for a yachty to have have a Jamaican gal and you don't live with her. Now that's some Yankee shit. The man caves. Jamaican women don't usually play that, right?
That's right. You know what? You gotta live life because you only have one life, and these females they're out to use you.
Mm-hmm.
They're out to use you.
Is your Jamaican girlfriend, is she born and raised in Jamaica?
For the most part. Mm-hmm. For the most part, yeah.
Does she have a thick accent when she's when she's dishing out her tongue in the house? Thick accent?
When she wants to, when she's very upset and she don't agree with you, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's another thing.
I happen to love Jamaican women talking loud and sassy in the house.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't mean I give them their way, but I like the sound and how they roll certain words off of their tongue because they can be very proper at times. You know, it's not always just vile and vulgar. You know?
Yeah, and they could also do very damage to your body. I don't want to say it algorithm, you know.
Okay.
So
what do you mean?
Yeah, they're dangerous.
You mean the food? The food?
Yeah.
We talking about the food?
Not the food. They'll do bodily harm to you if you get in a physical altercation.
Well,
so to speak. Yeah.
If you don't know how to have a verbal jousting match with them, yes, but I enjoy the back and forth with them, and you know they.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
It's an acquired taste, is what I'm trying to say. But go ahead and finish up, man. Go ahead and finish up.
Well, a man needs a man cave, and if you don't have that, it's gonna you're gonna be insane, so to speak. You know, you need a peace of mind. You need to be happy. You only got one life, and like the Bible says, you need more than one woman to be happy as a man.
Okay, I appreciate it, Coleman. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Check out Aunt Love Reaction.
Thank you, man. Salute. Okay. All right. Newt, I got your other donation, Newt. Guys, did we touch on every topic that I had laid out? Tom, I got your donation. Star, niggas is dying out here, and here you are making squirrel channels. That's a whole fact. Sir, I recorded footage today in 4K with a different camera. And I put up a new squirrel house. Wait until tomorrow. I'm trying to get it all set up and situated so when I take my next road trip in September, I can have hours and hours and hours of footage, you know? And then I can just load up squirrel videos when I'm on the road, my next road trip. Yes, sir. Niggas is dying out here, and I have a new squirrel channel. Guys, if you're not up to speed, check out my other YouTube channel. It's called Squirrel Party. Okay? Mark, you got your donation. Thank you for tapping in, sir. He says, I'd give the kids flip phones, texts and calls only. Sir, are you talking about kosher phones? Are you guys up to speed on kosher phones? Women from Williamsburg, Brooklyn use kosher phones from the Jewish community. There's no Snapchat. There's no Instagram. There's no fucking X, none of that. All they can do is just call and receive calls and make calls and texts with their husbands. That's it. Markel, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay. No, I haven't taken my break yet. Just give me a little time. I want I want to continue the conversations we're having here. Guys, also, New York City plans cell phone ban in schools coming up in January. In case you're not up to speed, that is one of my topics. I feel different now. I don't want kids' cell phones being taken away from them. I think it's a necessity at this point in time in society. I think as far as technology goes, there's other things that the phone can be utilized to do. There are complaints, of course. The Chancellor and other people have been talking about parents texting their kids during the day. Okay, well, get the parents involved. You know, pay the teachers more. Get the parents involved. If a parent texts or something, have some type of portal where in the classroom, if the student is going to use the internet, they have to log in to a certain portal, right? You can't just use your phone in the goddamn school. There's all sorts of ways. Now, this may sound elaborate and expensive, right? But there's ways to jam up internet usage if you're not logged into a portal. Anybody know what I'm talking about in the live chat? It can be a really high-tech driven thing. And New York City is the number one market, in case you don't know, in terms of education. The number one market. California has already implemented certain limitations on smartphones and things like that. Thank you for your donation. Is it Latavia? Hey, Latavia, got your donation. Thank you so much. Brandon tapping in. Let me bring in area code 848. Good evening. 2 topics tonight. Man cave.
Hey, so.
Yes, sir. How are you?
How you doing, man? Yeah, we caught up with Rory earlier in Long Island, CVS.
Okay.
Slap the shit out of.
Okay, sir, can you not come in with that loud profanity, please?
Oh, hold on. Let me take you off of. You hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Go ahead. You have the floor.
We slapped Rory today, man. Well, I slapped him.
Okay.
Yo, he was begging for his life for us not to hit him again, man. I thought he was tough.
He's on the other line. You want me to bring him in? He says you're capping.
Oh, my gosh. Right in CVS on 50th in Long Island.
Can I put you on hold?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
absolutely.
All right, sit tight. There you go. Rory, do you want to talk to this guy? In the meantime, let me bring in area code 413. 413, we're having a discussion tonight. Why do men need man caves in today's world? Any thoughts? Do you care?
Yo, Star, what's popping? Hannah.
Hey, man, long time. How you been?
I'm chilling, man. Yeah, man caves is a necessity. You know what I mean? I got one. I got the whole basement to myself. I got a gym down there.
Come on.
I got, a 75-inch TV. You know what I mean? I got my garden, like where I do tomatoes and stuff, like microgreens, and I mean, it's my little abode. You need that comfort zone to just escape from wifey. Wifey comes down there and she does the gym sometimes, but when it comes to just watching the TV and vibing, or if I got the homie over that want to burn one, we want to sip a little Henny, you know what I mean? We go to the basement. I got a backyard too, but the backyard is kind of like for all of us. But you know what I mean? The backyard is another chill area. So, you need that separation so you could clear your mind, after dinner, after sitting at the dinner table.
Can I chime in, Panna, real quick? Can I chime in?
All day, man.
Okay. If you've got the whole basement, that's not a man cave. That's boss life. Boss life.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One of my closest friends, Loose Cannon, he's Puerto Rican. He's in his early 40s. He's got the whole basement. That's a whole basement. He doesn't have a one room that he's been regulated to. The whole basement.
But
that's boss life.
You know what the
boss life.
You know what the wifeys is doing now, right? For as their woman cave.
No, I don't know. Tell us. I don't know. What are they doing?
They want the tiny homes in the backyard. They want tiny homes. They want sheds converted into little offices, tiny homes right in the backyard. That's their woman cave. They're like, yo, you got the basement. Get me a tiny home in the backyard. It's only right.
What's the point of being married? What's the point of being married?
It's a business. It's the point of being married is because it's a business. You know, it's a business. It's a union. It's 15% love and 85% business.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I hear you, but now, with all due respect, how old are you and how old is your wife?
No, I'm not married. We just, you know, that's I'm not married. No, we just live together. Yeah, no, I'm not married. Nah. And
you're living a boss life. Stop it. You're living a boss life. Boss life, man. Come on.
I'm not saying that I'm ruling it out, but nah, we just chilling right now. You know?
Listen, with all due respect, there's no need to get married. I mean, depending on how old she is, with all due respect, because a lot of these broads, once they pass 35, there's no ROI on them, return on investment. So why would you let yourself be reduced to one room and call it a man cave? But hey, man, I appreciate the call, though, man.
Okay, so, peace.
All right, Pan tapping a hole in a second. All right, so hold on. Who called in claiming he was something? He ran down on a Rory. Sir, are you there? Area code 848. Did I speak to you earlier?
Yo, what's up, Star? It's me.
Okay. You claim.
Yo, so where Rory?
Hang on. You claim you ran down on Rory. But now listen, I'm going to bring Rory on. I don't want screaming and cursing. I'm having a nice, healthy discussion, okay? There's Rory right there, sir.
Yeah. Rory, how your face feel?
Yo, homie.
How your face feel, Marshmallow?
Where are you from? Come on, man. Why you
I'm not from Long Island. We slapped you in CVS today.
Yo, Star,
we slapped you up in CVS. We almost slapped up.
Sir, let him respond. Let him respond. Rory, go and respond.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him talk. I'm gonna let him talk.
No, you respond. He says he slapped you in CVS. Okay, let him speak, sir. I don't want to do yelling. Rory, you have the floor.
Yeah, I didn't hear what part of Long Island.
Why you stuttering?
I didn't hear what part of Long Island he was representing.
CVS is where we ran into you, boy. I almost slapped out them
crackheads. That's not a part of Long Island. CVS is a store, you dumb nigga.
I know that. In Long Island.
What part? What neighborhood? What neighborhood?
On 50. Yo, shut your meth head mouth.
I live in the city.
I live in Manhattan.
My
you monkey. You spaghetti breath monkey. You spaghetti breath monkey. You was just in Long Island. I slapped you right at CVS, and you know I did.
What part of Long Island?
How many times I gotta keep telling you, Marshmallow
What
face?
Neighborhood? What neighborhood in Long Island?
50th Avenue, stupid.
What neighborhood in Long Island?
Come on, man. Stop acting like you stupid. Stop playing dumb.
I'm from Franklin Square, Elmont. I'm from Elmont, Franklin Square. My Elmont, Franklin Square tells you to slap the shit out of your black ass.
Listen, you little one-person, man.
So you're a liar, right? You're a liar.
You dirty
You're a black liar.
I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to record it this time.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Okay, guys. Down your black throat.
Guys, can we do one at a time? One at a time?
Say that again, Rory. Okay. It's going to be worse than today.
Right. Rory, hold on a second.
You heard me again? You heard me? You didn't hear me the first time?
You furry mole face. Rory, am I lying? You got a furry mole on your neck. Am I lying?
Nothing like that. No.
Freaking you, meth head. Get out of here, man. You got slapped to CBS, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again.
Look at this dumbass nigga. He got nothing to say.
Every time I see you.
He got nothing to say.
Listen, bro. Every time I see you, I'm going to slap you again. Next time it's going to be recorded. Next time it's going to be recorded.
Okay, guys.
You hear me?
All right, guys, I got to get back to my show.
I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. But next time it's going to be recorded. Remember that.
What you mean next time?
You sucker.
What you mean next time?
Sucker. I'm going to do it again, meth head.
No. I'm a white god.
I'm out of here.
I'm a white god.
I'm out of here.
I'm a white god.
Okay.
I'm a white god.
All right, Rory, I gotta go, man. You guys can pick up the conversation another time. I don't know if he's trolling.
Fuck Gangsta Love for this bitch ass potato.
Okay. All right, Rory, we'll talk later. All right, hold on a second, guys. Whew. Okay. Listen, as long as you guys get on the phone together, you can work out whatever issues you have. Okay. But if you're calling and talking about the other one, I don't want to be involved in that. Brandon, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Oh, wait a minute. Florida Boy J. FBJ, sit tight. You're up next. Florida Boy J, sit tight. Hey, Patrice, good to hear from you. It's been a while. How are you? Okay. We've got females tapping in. They don't really want to get on the line, but they're totally against man caves. Okay. Different generation. Never mind that old shit that I'd be talking. Florida Boy J, you there, sir? 904. Florida.
Oh,
Boy
hell
J.
no, nigga. Hell no, nigga. It's the Real Nigga Network, the president, CEO, CFO.
Let's go.
The commissioner on the line. I know. Hey, listen, let me just say this real quick, man. Let's just say, we ain't gonna say too much. Let's just say a nigga dog whistle. Now white boy is getting choked up in CVS catching wedgies. That's all I gotta say.
I don't know. They wanted to talk. Let them talk.
I ain't hear no denial. I ain't hear no it ain't never happened. Niggas is capping. All I heard was niggas just trying to find out where the nigga who gave the wedgie was running around at. That's all I heard. But we ain't gonna talk about that because that ain't got nothing to do with real niggas' jobs is done.
Okay.
Hey, pussy boys get slapped up in the summer, so we talk about man caves and what else.
Okay, if we can pivot for a second, Bronny James going to the Knicks. Well, what's all the talk about? I'm confused.
Bronny James to the Knicks.
That's what they're saying online. Is that confirmed, or is that just people just doing the most? Bronny James drafted by the Knicks. Yes, no?
No. Last time I checked, the NBA draft, Bronny James is not drafted by the Knicks. Last time I checked, because Bronny James is not a first round pick.
Okay.
Not only is he not a first round pick, the NBA draft has been broken up into 2 days, kind of the NFL draft. So the first round is tonight. The second round is tomorrow.
Okay.
Bronny James should be going. I'm just letting you and the fake sports fans, aka trolls, who want to derail the platform, misinformation. That's why real niggas got to call in to tap in and verify what's actually going on in sports. So no, Bronny James has not been drafted to the Knicks, and he's not projected to be drafted till tomorrow to the Lakers, because not only is he projected to go to Lakers, and Rich Paul being the most powerful agent in the NBA, Bronny James has refused to work out an interview with other teams outside the Lakers.
Okay, all right. Stop right there. Sir Shy, are you sending me false information about Bronny James? Also, Rory, you're back on the line. Do you want to hang on, or do you want to talk to Florida Boy Jay? You just sent me a text message. Rory.
Hey, white boy, shut your white mouth, nigga. You catch your wedgies in New York, nigga. We sent the blitz, nigga. Call a nigga Belichick. You better be safe next time you go to CVS. You better see that goddamn drive-through and pick up your prescription. Don't step out that goddamn car, white boy.
You wish that phone call was real. You wish that phone call was real.
One at a time. One at a time.
Nickel corner blitz.
FBJ, hold on. FBJ, hold on. One at a time, please. Rory, you just sent me a text. What's up, man? What's up?
Yo, what's up, son? I go live. I jump on face to face. I go
one by one.
I go on face to face. Ain't nothing wrong with my face. I jump on the camera. Ain't no fucking moolie ever put their goddamn hands on me like that. If they did, they got a receipt with that. And this bitch ass motherfucker, Florida boy, Lady Boy J. You think Lady Boy J on some shit? Get the fuck out of here. You had some dude that I don't want to talk to more because I'm hiding in the closet. Now you got another cat jumping on here like, hey, I hope some black goofy ass motherfucking lied about
Rory, you gotta watch the F-bombs. Rory, you have to watch the F-bombs. Come on, slow down, man. You text me.
I use my real name. I walk around the city with my head held high. Okay. There's been plenty of black dudes where I went and say, oh, you worry? Oh, you the white this up? Yup, that's me. Yup, yes.
Okay,
that's me.
so hang on.
That's the right
hang on.
Ain't no bitch ass.
So was the guy trolling? Rory.
Ever say some shit to me.
Was the guy trolling?
Go ahead.
Was the guy trolling?
Yeah.
It's a question.
Griner, go ahead, talk. Brittany Griner.
Start. I want the audience to take close attention at the fact that a Florida nigga sent the blitz up there to a white boy in New York, and then niggas called in to verify number one, number two. You ain't hear this white boy fix his white mouth to say it ain't happened. You hear this white boy fix his white mouth to say show the proof. You know why? Because he's hoping and praying niggas ain't sending the video to Star. White boy got touched. We call him CBS Rory for now.
I'm hoping and praying. I'm hoping and praying they do send the video. I'm hoping and praying they do send the video.
Okay. Florida Boy J, can you hold on? Let Roy respond. Roy, you have the floor. Go ahead.
I'm hoping and praying somebody ever sends the video, especially of some feminine black dude with a bunch of dookie dreads from Florida or from Long Island ever putting their hands on me. I represent Elmont, New York. The neighborhood is half Italian, half Irish, and half black. That's the neighborhood. They used to come to our park, April Park, and they'd be scared shitless. They would never come on the handball court. Only place they would go is the basketball court. And we let them goddamn moolies play on the basketball court because we didn't want to chase them out of here. Fuck out of here, man. Know my pedigree, man. Know the fuck I'm from. Hello? You a liar, man. You a liar. You grew up around a bunch of weak ass.
All right, Rory, hang on a second. I need both of you guys to just hang on for a second. Listen, Rory, you got to watch the language, man. It's my last time telling you. You got to watch the language, man.
Can I speak?
Go ahead, Florida Boy J. Go ahead.
Yeah, CVS Rory triggered because he tried to go in there and get a room oil and caught a wedgie in
CVS in LA, CVS in Louisiana,
BBL Drizzy,
Where the video?
You know how it is. Every summer, either you or the pussy boy that you lay up with in fetal position get touched, nigga. Every summer, you and your boyfriend get touched on, nigga.
Listen, how come Julio said he never knew you? If you a real dude from Jacksonville, how come Julio don't know you? How come
the show is now out of control? I'm going to take my break soon.
Real dudes know you. They don't know Florida Boy J. You ain't never heard no rapper from Jacksonville. Shout out Florida Boy J. Oh shit! You ain't never heard no Florida. You ain't never heard no gangster rapper from Florida. Say, I know Jonathan. Jonathan with the multi-line.
You whole ass nigga. Shut up.
Pussy Jonathan.
Nigga, your teeth is fake.
Jonathan.
You been smoking.
Pussy Jonathan. Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan.
All day, nigga. We got
your parents let you call in today, Jonathan.
Troll baby, should I let them continue talking or do I take my break? Troll babies, it's up to you.
Where's your life? I'm on 8th Avenue in New York City. I'm on 8th Avenue. That's a real block. That's a real block.
Nigga, you got put in the headlock at CVS, nigga. Niggas gave you a swirly at CVS. Niggas called in.
Are you still sweating LA, Jonathan?
White boy, you ain't
still sweating LA, Jonathan?
Nate from Brooklyn says, let them fight.
Beat up with Jack Lee in LA, Jonathan.
Tony Skrilla 702 says, let them cook.
Did you beat up with Jack Lee? Did you beat up with Jack Lee and get booty bumping?
Jonathan, got you looking both ways.
It's Jack Lee, your security in LA. Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan.
Ain't deny nothing.
Yeah.
He ain't deny nothing. He ain't saying
exactly your security. Did you check in with Jack Lee? Did you check in with you? You bitch ass motherfucker. Did you check in with Jonathan? Did you check in with Jack Lee? Is that your bodyguard? Exactly your bodyguard in LA. Exactly your bodyguard in LA. Did you check in with Jack Lee?
And still got you. And still got you.
I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting.
Got you touching your own city. Got you touching your own city.
Come on, man.
White boy,
come on, man. This the best they got, Star. This the best they got. They just come on the line talking about Rory got touched.
Jay Bandit, I got your email. You forgot the donation. Jay Bandit, you forgot the donation.
Hey, boy, it should be on film. It should be on film. A bunch of black dudes beat me up on film, stomping me out. Beat me up. It should be on film. Everybody got a cell phone. Where's the cell phone video? Where's the cell phone video? People recognize me. People recognize me. Ain't nobody put their hands on me yet. Ain't nobody put their hands on me yet, man. Ain't nobody put their hands on me yet. Hey, Jonathan, you still checking in with Jack Lee? You still checking in LA with Jack Lee? Pussy boy, Brittany Griner.
I'm gonna have to edit all of this out. Sheesh.
You still checking in with Jack Lee?
You got touched, niggas. Niggas put hands and feet on
black dudes. I know.
Nigga, you ain't safe. Nigga, you gotta go to Walgreens now. Nigga, you ain't good at CVS no more, white boy. You gotta shop at Walgreens. You gotta shop at Walgreens.
Nigga,
you gotta go to CVS now.
It wasn't CVS at any block. It was just a generic CVS. Rory's got some generic CVS.
Mascot ass nigga.
Oh, come on, man.
Farm ass nigga. Whole ass nigga got pressed by the motherfucking by the blood and the lip liner. Yeah, got touched.
That's the best these brothers got. That's the best these goofy black dudes got. I'll tell you what,
niggas in the way. Shut your ass up. You from the suburbs.
Okay. All right, guys, I have to get back to my show. Are we done? Are we good?
You got makeup on your face.
Rory,
makeup on your face.
Rory, are we done? Are we good? Fuller Boy Jay, are we done?
No, we're not done. This cat, this Fruit Loop. Yeah, you crazy. He got eyeshadow.
You've been talking
for 15 minutes. You got eyeshadow. You look like Brittany Griner with eyeshadow. Yeah,
I tell you what. How about if I take my break?
I'll body you, J-Dub, all your friends. I'll body the whole shit. I'll body your whole set.
Okay.
I'll body your whole set.
Folks, I'm going to take my break. Hang on a second.
Everybody's got to get Cordiac podcast. I don't body you, niggas. I don't body all of you. All of you, man.
Okay, my showrunner is Sky Saunders. That's Skylar Saunders' page. Make sure you check him out. I'm going to let you guys, guys. I'm going to take my break. I'm going to let you guys continue talking. Is that fair? But now when I end the show, that part's going to be edited out, okay?
Can I speak? Hold on. Let me say something before we even do this.
Go ahead.
I ain't got nothing to say to CVS Rory because he got to shop at Walgreens now. He been on the phone for 20 minutes. Niggas ran down on him in the Chancellor aisle and pressed him.
Rory ain't take no L. So
I don't want to hear
some CVS.
Rory. So I'm going to hang up like this. That's mouth white boy. I got hoes to fuck and shit to do. The black woman is God. I'll see y'all niggas tomorrow.
Hey, you is a hoe. You got long, multi-ass dreads. You look like a hoe. You are the hoe.
I just need a reason. I just need to know what's on your mind. Tell me what you're needing. You can call my name, I'll be around. Dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da, dum dum. The sky is falling. Dum dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da. That will keep you safe and sound. Dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da, dum dum. The sky is falling. Dum dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da. That will keep you safe and sound. Dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da, dum dum. The sky is falling. Dum dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da. That will keep you safe and sound. I just need a reason. I just need to know what's on your mind. Tell me what you're needing. You can call my name, I'll be around. Dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da, dum dum. The sky is falling. Dum dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da. That will keep you safe and sound. Dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da, dum dum. The sky is falling. Dum dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da. That will keep you safe and sound. Dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da, dum dum. The sky is falling. Dum dum da da, dum dum da da, dum da da, dum dum da da. That will keep you safe and sound. I just need a reason.